I just uncovered a historic increase in the amount of rewards that HBAR is offering to its stakers. For the first time in pretty much its history, HBAR retirement plans can actually be talked about. And so in this video, I took out on a quest to go ahead and find out exactly how much HBAR you need to retire, to earn money while you're sleeping, to earn that sweet, sweet passive income that we all know and love, that allows us to not have to work for the rest of our lives. That's the goal of this video, and it's exactly what we're going to be answering. Now, before we get into the video, I want to disclose that I'm not currently sponsored by HBAR. It's a question that continues to come up. The reason I love covering HBAR so much is, one, the community is amazing. The support is absolutely incredible. But third, HBAR has been one of the best performing cryptocurrencies in my portfolio since pretty much the inception of it. And so covering it is logical. I want you guys to win. I want to cover things that are more likely to win. And that's why I continue to cover HBAR. In terms of actual sponsors, we'll be talking about YGG later on in this video. So thanks for YGG, and let's get into it. So as I was researching sources for this video, I found the most hilarious coincidence. Jack Gordon Crypto 2 hours ago went ahead and created pretty much a very similar topic to what I'm covering right now. How much HBAR do you actually need to retire? It's great like-minded individuals are kind of coming out there. This is awesome, awesome stuff to see. He's one of my favorite creators of all time, especially when it comes to HBAR, a massive inspiration of mine. He ran up over $250,000 worth of HBAR and continues to bull post it to this day. If you do watch his video, which I implore that you don't just watch my videos, that you watch other people's videos to get further perspective, I would love it if we could go ahead and leave the comment, Jesus sends his regards. I think that would be absolutely awesome and something that hopefully would lighten up his day. 3 days ago, we received an image from the official Hedera Foundation account with the following numbers 800. As someone that was heavily tapped into the HBAR ecosystem, it immediately clicked for me that this was something to do with the public address 0.0.800, which, if you didn't know, powers the staking rewards for the HBAR hash graph. This is an amazing thing because now with increased staking rewards, if this were to be, this would allow people to have more incentive or more reason to hold their tokens and gives you more passive income as an investor. Now, today we got the massive news, and this was on chain. I haven't seen this reported anywhere just yet, that 250 million HBAR was injected into the exact account that I was looking into, the 0.0.800 account. This means $41 million has been injected into staking rewards directly on HBAR right now, causing the APR to go from 0.02% to, if we look at the validators right now, 2.5%. That is an absolutely enormous amount of rewards increase in a very short period of time. Massive news. And if you didn't believe me, I can just refresh the page and you'll see it yourself. Now it's $42 million because the price of HBAR has gone ahead and gone up. If you're curious on how to actually stake your HBAR, there are platforms like Hashback, which all you need to do is go ahead and input your password and go to the staking part, press the validator that you want to go ahead and invest into, and that is, simply put, all you need to do. With this out of the way, it led me to the rabbit hole of trying to deduce exactly how much HBAR I would need to have a possible retirement in the near future. The current price of HBAR right now is at about 16 cents, which reflects a historic performance, a massive overperformance against the market of 229% just this year alone, despite the heavy correction in HBAR. For the people that have been asking me why in the world I continue to cover HBAR, despite the fact that the price is, I guess, down 50% from its highs earlier this year, the reason is because it's still up 229%, and I very much am in profit in my position. I have almost no reason to want to offload my HBAR right now because of the fact that HBAR has what's called the law of leadership. The law of leadership dictates that when a person or entity is leading an industry, it likely will continue to lead it for pretty much the rest of its history unless something massive happens. And so HBAR has been dominating the ISO 20022 narrative for a really long time alongside XRP. That's made them one of the most most competitive blockchains to date. With Fortune 500 companies participating in their council, HBAR has become a behemoth, far surpassing its market cap from the 2021 bull market. So clearly, there's a lot of staying power on this cryptocurrency despite the inflation. Let's go over some moon math to see exactly how much HBAR we need. Now, HBAR right now, as it stands, with the market cap of Cardano, and keep in mind, this is right now a time in the crypto markets where everyone is depressed. Altcoins right now are hitting numbers post FTX crash. This is the worst time to possibly have been positioned into altcoins. And yet HBAR has shown itself to be one of the most resilient majors in the market. So let's take the market cap of Cardano now. With the market cap of Cardano now, HBAR would be at 55 cents. And at the old Cardano all-time high, HBAR would be over $2 and almost $0.50. Absolutely enormous price performance. That means 1,000 HBAR would be worth $2,238. With the market cap of XRP right now, not at all-time highs, we would have a $3.51 HBAR. And at the old XRP all-time highs, we would have a $4.96 HBAR. That means 1,000 HBAR right now would be $4,955, or representing a 30x return. At the current market cap of Ethereum, which I think is entirely possible for HBAR, and hear me out before you go and hop into the comments section and say, there's no way that HBAR would ever hit the market cap of Ethereum. We are currently in the midst of a massive altcoin season coming up. The Fed is cutting rates multiple times coming up, and this has led to a delayed alt season. At the current market cap of all Ethereum, which isn't even counting where it could be at all-time highs and beyond, $500 billion, that would represent an $11 HBAR. What do I think is realistic? Let's be honest here. I think a very realistic price prediction would be the old all-time high of Cardano, which would be a $2.23 HBAR. Now, is this optimistic? Yes, it really is. If HBAR were to hit $1 at its current starting value of 16.8 cents, that would represent about a 500% increase in the price of HBAR. That means that $1 invested into HBAR would turn into about $5. The amount of money people would consider life-changing, I believe, would be about $100,000. The reason I give this number is because this is the amount of money needed to not have to worry about paying your bills. The second that you're not paycheck to paycheck, that is a liberty that I feel like a lot of us just aren't able to take advantage of. And so when I crossed that six-figure mark, that led to me being able to think level-headed. I didn't have to worry about paycheck to paycheck going forward. So I would say our goal for this bull cycle is about 100K, and in a very optimistic situation, $1 million. Everybody wants that $1 million mark. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I got into HBAR when it was at about 4 cents. And your amount of capital to make $1 million at 4 cents is way less than at 16 cents. That should be clear as day. It requires way more money to make more money at the current market cap of HBAR. So if you're someone that thinks $1,000 is going to magically turn into $1 million in the next 20 days, I want to just set the expectations that is not going to happen. But what can happen is you can farm the 2.5% or whatever other DeFi applications HBAR invents in the future, because guess what? These Fortune 500 companies are going to want to make the most out of the money that they have in HBAR right now. And you're also able to take the upside of HBAR's future price performance to get a very healthy amount of money per year. If you had $1 million in the bank account at a 2.5% reward rate, that is still a staggering $25,000 a year. That's a lot of money that could be going in your pocket. And at $100,000, it's still $2,500. That's a rent payment that you could be using instead of having to go ahead and earn it yourself. So there are a lot of reasons to be very optimistic on HBAR, but I would say the big number, the number that we're looking for to accumulate in HBAR today would be about $25,000. I know it's a lot of money and not a lot of us are going to hit it this bull cycle, but at a 500% increase, that'll take us to that $100,000 mark that will allow us to finally not have to worry about everything. There's so much going on in the world with politics and war and inflation, so many things happening. But now you're able to not have to worry about that with your HBAR position, and you can earn the yield there after. So that's the number that I personally am targeting. I hope that the HBAR price continues to overperform throughout the years. This is a cryptocurrency that has shown itself to be resilient. It's stuck out through many years. And for the guys that have become bearish over time because they're just sick and tired of waiting, or they invested at a higher price point, in my first days of HBAR, I didn't time the bottom. There was a time where HBAR was at 3 cents. It got really bad and nobody believed in HBAR. But yet I established my position. I was able to get into a phenomenal entry over a long enough course of time. Did I feel like a genius when I first got into HBAR? Absolutely not. I thought I was the worst investor of all time. But through patience and consistency and dollar cost averaging and conviction, I was able to turn that humble position into what you see in my videos now, an over 6-figure position inside of HBAR. And I feel like a lot of people, they fail to understand what exactly makes a strong cryptocurrency. And that's why the sponsor of this video, Yield Guild Games, recently went ahead and showed the crypto gaming world, a niche that I am very passionate about, exactly what it means to be a leader of the industry. If you believe in the law of leadership, you believe in what YGG is doing, because they did over $2 million worth of real revenue in a single month and over $4 million worth of revenue in just one of their games. YGG, the largest crypto gaming guild of all time that has expanded into apps and is now spearheading the crypto gaming industry, is not one that you want to miss out on. And this is exactly what we want to see. Leaders of the industry pushing things forward. So thank you, YGG, for sponsoring this video. And overall, when it comes to the crypto space, when it comes to HBAR, these are the numbers that I think that you need to focus on, because these are the numbers that actually make an impact on your life. If you enjoyed this content, like and subscribe, stay classy, and I'll see you all on the next one.